Let's be
That's not what
unity.
we learned.
We should
But go
all
ahead.
unity.
Second thing.
No, you need a unity
We should
hard.
all unity.
We should unity together. Unity together. Okay, anyways. Um,
Yeah.
got the other side of it. Harris supporters. And this is an example post. If you voted for the rapist, we are not friends. We are not family. I don't care what my relationship with you was. It means nothing to me now. Just stay away from me forever. And all this makes me think of is the fact that I always say, and I used to always say in these videos I would make too, that you cannot just like paint a group of people as one thing. Like that doesn't help society ever. When people are racist and they universally hate like black and brown people, they are bad people. And I think the same thing with this. Like this is not like if we do this, then what kind of a country do you have? You know what I'm saying? That's my thoughts on this every single time I see it, no matter where it comes from. It's just like, listen, like, you know, it may pain you to see someone get elected, but it doesn't mean like majority of the people electing that person are just like terrible people. Like that's just not true. It's you know,
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it's like racism. We're not equating these things, but like it's not good. It's not unity, folks. Go ahead, Chad, sir.
Well, so this is what sort of I had scrolled down real quick, but I do believe this is that the take ultimately is trash. So again, it's if you voted for the rapist, we are not friends. We are not family. I don't care what my relationship with you was. It means nothing to me now. Just stay away from me forever. It's just unhelpful. And I think somebody who takes that position is pointing their anger completely in the wrong direction. Because your issue, at the end of the day, there isn't with somebody who votes conservative. It's with the fact that your Democratic Party couldn't sell a winning message.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but
and B, that like they're not marketing. If you're upset with the fact that you're losing the information war, it's because like the information isn't good enough. It's not because people are shitty. Because to me, at the end of the day, like 80% of your voters are people who just genuinely, unironically want the best for American society. And they're just picking the thing that seems to be the right answer for what it is they're looking for. So it's not because people are retarded or racist. Oh, I just said that. It's because people they have misgivings about what it is they think will be the solutions to the problems we have. Right? Like you can't just like paint those people with a broad brush.
Right,
It's
and that's the point.
Useful. Right? It's a pointless. Like, yeah, I understand you're upset and your anger is visceral and you want to point it in some direction, but this is so counterproductive. It is so counterproductive.
Yeah.
This is a chunk of what will cause you to lose the next election by being this particular way.
Let me ask you this follow-up.
Honestly.
A person who posts this, in due time, do they regret... Let's just say in general, a person that would post this. So it's not every single person, but... In general, a person that would post this in due time would come to regret a little bit this statement. And I think over time, things, when they're less raw with emotions, things tend to generally come back to the same byline. Because even if you're the biggest Trump hater or the biggest Kamala hater, you know someone in your life that you either somewhat or all the way respect that does like them. Does that make sense to you or no? Do you say no?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I would agree.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, I could find people that voted for Trump this past election that are leagues smarter than me. I just think they have a failure of understanding of the remedies for what ails us, right? Yeah. And like they would say the same about me. So like I just think like I don't know. There are plenty of people, Nick Fuentes, for example, who are just honestly just ill-intentioned people, but most people that voted in Donald Trump this past election have genuine concerns, and to them, this is the answer to it. So your failure isn't with people who voted Trump in. Your failure is with Democrats who couldn't sell their message. That is where your anger should be pointed.
Yes, if you want to point anger, yeah. But I always move to just like, how do you begin to build that other thing that will work? I don't worry about whatever, dude. Regrets are what the fuck they are.
Well, the question is here, like,
Yeah.
why did Republicans sweep it so handily? Why did they convince enough who
I
are
told you why I think they did the other day.
yes,
I'm
inflation?
not a part of that party, so they should be hopefully figuring it out. If they don't, then. But here's the thing: do you think that a Democratic Party that doesn't get more progressive populist that still runs on like a more liberal kind of platform? I hate to say liberal because I am a liberal. If you know the definition, liberal isn't like a slur,
Yeah.
but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You think they could win another election? I still think they could. You don't think Donald Trump could somehow fuck shit up and then like they win midterms and then they win the presidency
No, I
next
do.
time? Like,
I think
but that
Kamala
sucks.
is uniquely bad.
But that sucks because then like the shit that you talk about, and we're way off track, but who gives a the shit that you talk about is depressing because like you would hope that accelerationism happens, but we're not guaranteed. We could get fucking Gavin Newsom 28 winning. And then we sit here and we're just like, yeah, Gavin Newsom, shrug. Don't really like him, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think responses tend to be proportional. So
They do. They do.
when an uninhibited Trump does whatever the fuck he wants
No,
for
and
2
that's
years, I think the response will be proportional.
and look, they could.
So unless they actually adjust the machinations of like what makes our democracy
Here's,
function,
Yep.
he's gonna have a majority for 2 years, and then he's going to have not a House or a Senate for 2 years. Trump, absolutely. And that's just assuming he makes it to 4 years, which I don't even think he will.
I don't. If you think through trying to be logical, I don't think that like he's not gonna like destroy the system necessarily, but
He'll try.
he could make choices that could lead to it. So let's say this, like, and I don't do. We don't.
Yes.
Again, this is
He
why
could gum up the
this is
gears, for
all
sure.
garbage. Nobody cares about our opinion, nor should they, because we have no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah,
But
I
that
hate
being,
your opinion.
and I hate
Yep.
yours. Now that being said,
Dude, that
what
was sweet, guys.
stops them from passing some federal law where they say these are the maps now and they're gerrymandered fucking maps in every state across the country for Congress? Like, is that possible?
Yes.
A federal law where they're just like, go fuck yourself? Now look,
Potentially, I do feel like as awful as the Supreme Court is, they actually ruled in favor
They
of
do.
a certain.
That's true. That's true.
So like they're not totally partisan. There are degrees of like sanctimony there. There's not many, but there are some. So I just don't know that they'll fully nuke the political process. I
So-
just don't think that'll happen.
There's the Voting Rights Act, dude. I had been drinking all sheesh. Anyways, there's the Voting Rights Act of 1965.
Hello?
But this is just a law. Like
So
I
someone's been
thought
drinking
maybe
some-
the Voting Rights Act
Yep.
was like an amendment, which is harder. You can't just get around amendments. Is like that's right? That's tricky.
Yeah,
Like
2/3. Yeah.
So it looks like this is just a
Constitutional
law.
amendment,
So
for
I don't
sure.
know. They could just be like, "Hey, everyone's gerrymandered now, ha ha." You know what I'm saying? And then we're all just like, "Ha ha, okay." Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. As awful as the people Trump nominated are, and as partisan as they clearly are, I feel like there are some things that truly are red lines that are bipartisan. So I just don't. The people who say democracy is over
That's not true.
because Trump won, I
But
just
it could look
don't
mad
believe
different.
it.
It could look mad different though.
Well,
Could look
I
mad
do
different.
believe that the FDA is going to be completely different if not eliminated. The Department of Education's gone. I think federal Pell Grants for college education
tough.
is gone.
Hey, we got
think
in there
there
when we could
will
then.
be national abortion ban. I think birth control will be outlawed within the first 2 years.
Birth
I
control will
think
be
at least
outlawed,
5
dude. The
mil-
backlash to birth control outlawed would be unbelievable. Really, you think?
Backlash what, bitch? What are you going to do about it when they have full control for 2 years?
I just mean like,
That's what I'm saying is like they don't give a fuck.
yeah, but you don't think that then the Democrats would win the House in the midterms and like
Here's the thing.
that's gonna be
These
embroiled in legal battles and
Republican No, it won't. It will not because it'll get
won't?
fast tracked to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme
Maybe.
Court's gonna just fucking rubber stamp
They're gonna
it. I
say
can
they're gonna.
promise
But
you
hang
that.
on, you're telling
I
me
can promise you that.
you. All right, let's take it easy. If you want to promise me this, then please do. But you're telling me.
Take bets. I'm ready.
You're telling me. No, I keep losing to you. So we want to stay neutral now. We're not gonna stay losing. We're not gonna stay
Yeah,
losing.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Walls
I
getting
was happy to pay you. It was good. It was a good prediction. You don't think or you actually think that they would outlaw contraceptives and that wouldn't be there wouldn't be some sort of like women take that to regulate themselves even like it's not even just for like you don't I don't know you don't think that there would be some more massive backlash from women like you don't at all like I mean there might not be I mean fuck they're just lost in a way
I think the ghouls that are around Trump with the zero inhibition and the unchecked executive
okay that's
power,
fine but tell me how much backlash you think there would be then that's what I'm more interested in.
What I'm saying is they're going to take the next 2 years
okay.
and they're going to pretend like to them it's going to be okay there is a fucking wave coming of people removing conservative power from the Congress. They are going to move fast. They're going to move quick. They are going to do all of it as much as they can. I can promise you that. So if you want to say birth control doesn't get outlawed in the first 2 years, fine. But Plan B will. There will be a national abortion ban.
Definitely Plan B. Sure. I do think there'll be like a national 15-week abortion. I don't think they could get a 6-week through.
How long do you think it'll take?
I don't think they could get a 6-week through, dude.
1 year.
They have yet to win the House. They have yet to win the House. Now they're probably.
Bro, they're gonna win the House.
It's getting way closer than you think. It is getting.
Put a bet on it?
No, I'm not. But the projection right now is 220 to 215, which means you can only have 3 defections for any motherfucking thing you want to pass, bro. And the Republicans are a weird outfit, bro.
I thought it would be.
Now look, what are we gonna do?
I thought it would be.
And we're getting way off track, but we could just ramble because that's what we're here for.
Sure.
The fucking idea that Trump is going to be that different. Like let's talk about are they just going to keep are they just going to keep increasing the military budget 40 billion every year just like Democrats have been doing and they have been doing for years? They're going to what do you think he's going to do? Like the military is going to be the same. It's going to go up 80 billion every year. They'll cut some taxes for rich people. You feel me? They'll cut some taxes for rich people, and then I think it's going to be harder than you think to pass shit through the House.
No,
now look,
wrong.
I did read this thing today where he asked the Senate to not even. He doesn't want the Senate to approve his cabinet recommendations. He wants the Senate to just say like, "Hey, you're good. You can do whatever you want." Did you see that today? That's tough.
I didn't see that. I'm sure. Well, he's got to get through like 2,000 nominations, Senate confirmation, and it is a fucking process. But here's my thing, right? Like Supreme Court said, hey, executive power has almost no checks, right?
He
is going to run an administration that is leagues different from his administration from 16 to 20. Everybody reasonable has fucked off because 2020, January 6th, was a goddamn shit show and a genuine attempt at a coup.
Sure.
All of the reasonable people, they're gone. They've fucking left. So, unchecked executive power. You have people like Stephen Miller, who is an absolute ghoul.
Stephen Miller.
Trump's not going to check him, and Stephen Miller's not going to check Trump. Mm-hmm. It's going to be everybody just given a blank check of executive power, and they're just going to run rampant. So the first, 180 to 360 days, honest to God, you're going to see some fuck shit. I can promise you that. Now, I don't know how the Supreme Court's going to respond to it.
So you think 2025 is going to be a dark year, right? Is that what you think?
Yes. Okay. I think 25 to 27 is going to be fucking... Sorry. 25 to 26 is going to be fucking...
Yeah, but at some point they got to chill if they want to win another election, right? They got to... You can't just keep...
Yes, but I don't... Yeah, you're right. You are right. I don't know how that manifests, honestly. Right. I don't know.
We'll see. I mean, look, how much do you think it mattered? Let's say, okay, so I'm seeing a projection here. 220 Republicans, 215 Democrats. They got, 53 senators, 47 senators for the Senate. How
Sure.
much do you think they can get through? How bold can they be with those margins? 5 in the House and 3 in the Senate.
With an unchecked executive power, I think Trump's gonna do a lot of executive bullshit.
Okay, so you think it's going to come from the
think they're gonna-
executive? Okay, that's fair.
Yes.
That's fair.
Yes.
All
I
right, that's fair.
don't know. You'll see some
So
legislative
let me ask you
shit,
this. Let's do a fun
and
question.
it will pass, like a national abortion ban,
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned. But
But with 5-seat
Trump's
majority,
potentially
maybe
can
only
do a lot
15
with the
weeks.
stroke of a pen.
No, it's true. I just think it won't be like a 6-week because with a 5-seat majority, I just don't see it in the House. I think there's got to be some sort of. And here's the thing too: are they going to nuke the filibuster? Because we don't know how this shit works. Like you can only get through certain
That's a good
things
point.
with
You're
the
right.
with the whatever the fuck it's called. You can do that like thing in the Senate where you only need a simple majority. I don't remember what it's called. But Bernie tried to slip in a bunch of progressive things after 2020 into like fucking what is it called? Hang on. But then some like Senate person reviews it and like strips things out of it. It's so weird when I read it. I was like, what is this? Simple. I'll look at it, but it's definitely going to be an interesting thing to watch. Trump